Hey, what's going down? APUSH peeps, we got video number 4 for you. This is the last one of period 1, and this is going to focus on interactions between Native Americans and Europeans. This is key concept 1.2, Roman numeral 2 letters A through C. Before we begin, it is shout out time. Want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Wise's class in Florida. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck this year, and especially in May. Let's begin by talking about early interactions between natives and Europeans. There were many misunderstandings between each group of how each viewed the other's culture. We see this through gender relations. As we've talked about in previous videos, many Native American societies were matrilineal, whereas European societies tended to be patrilineal. So there are differences in gender relations within each society. Land was also an issue. Natives did not own individual plots of land. Rather, they viewed it collectively belonging to the tribe, whereas Europeans tended to favor individually owned land for their people. And religion played a major role as well. Many Native Americans believed in animism, where there were spirits in nature. They tended to be polytheistic. And shamans were Native Americans who had tremendous power. And those really run contrary to Christianity teaching. And each group adapted aspects of each other's cultures. Natives adapted technology, especially things like guns and goods such as horses, and Europeans adapted agricultural techniques early on from Native Americans, especially fishing and growing crops such as maize, pictured here. Now, natives will resist encroachment and forced labor by Europeans. Natives sought to preserve political, economic, gender, and religious autonomy. There's that word autonomy again, which means independence or self-rule. And they will do this diplomatically by allying with different European countries against other tribes to try to remain autonomous within their regions. And militarily, an example is the Guel Indians. They rebelled against Spanish forts in Florida in 1597. So this is one of the early uprisings of Native Americans against European powers. Okay, let's jump over to debates over how Europeans should be treated. And many Europeans saw natives and Africans as savages or uncivilized. And there are two people you should be familiar with. This is a great potential short answer question where you could see an excerpt from each of these people, and you'd have to compare and contrast their views of the treatment of natives. Now, the first dude, Juan de Sepulveda, he advocated harsh treatment of Native Americans and claimed that slavery for natives was justified under Christianity. So he would be in favor of the encomienda system, for example. And on the opposite end of the spectrum is a dude by the name of Bartolomé de las Casas. Now, he originally owned an encomienda, but later freed the slaves and kind of had a conversion on how Native Americans should be treated. He argued that natives deserve the same treatment as all others, and he played an instrumental role in ending the encomienda system through the new laws, as they were called, of the 1500s, which outlawed mestizos being forced to work on encomiendas. So be able to identify each of these people's views and be able to look for them as an excerpt for a multiple choice or short answer question. Now, very big question you should be able to answer is, how was the subjugation of Africans and natives justified? And when we're talking about subjugation, we mean keeping people down or oppressing them or keeping them in a lower state. Well, it was done so religiously. The Bible was used, specifically mentioned in the Old Testament as the curse of Ham involving Noah, and this was used as a biblical justification for slavery. Culturally, like Native Americans, Africans were also seen as savages or barbaric, as I just mentioned. And then racially, there was this theory of polygenism, which is a theory that human races are of different origins. And people would argue that Africans and Native Americans were less civilized than whites. And this was used to justify the subjugation of African Americans, in particular in the Americas. All right, let's do a quick recap of this video. How did Europeans and natives differ in their views over? You should be able to explain how they differed over land, religion, and gender. How did natives seek to preserve their autonomy? And what were reasons used to justify the subjugation of Africans and natives? All right, guys, look forward to seeing you back here for period 2, video number 5, European exploration. A great essay topic. Thank you for watching. Best of luck on all your tests, and have a good day.